All right, Shabbat Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha, Quadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And this is going to be a response video, which was done by the beloved brother, GMS Watchman, as you see right here. Subscribe and be edified. The title of this video, which he have done, is called Warning. Apple is now involved with the MOTB. Beware of his miracles. Okay. And we're living in a time where the devil, also known as the Edomites, which is also known as the wicked, which will be the self-proclaimed white man, starting with the so-called elites, trickling down to the rest of their nation of people. You know, we're living in a time where the so-called elites, who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers, for those who don't know, okay, those are Edomites, trickling down to the rest of their nation of people. Okay, those are your biblical Edomites today. They are also known as the wicked and the devil. And we're living in a time where they are going to be presenting miracles, okay? And they are going to set traps. They are going to set traps in the form of miracles to lure you into their traps. And many people are going to fall for the okie doke because, you know, some people are ignorant to what the MOTB is. Some people don't want to accept what the MOTB is, which is the RFID chip. Okay, the RFID C-hip. You know, some people are going to know what the MOTB is, but they're still going to take it because it's a trend. It looks cool. You know, you can do all kind of amazing feats with it, not knowing that if they take it, it's going to be to their damnation, to their destruction. You know, so these so-called elites are going to set traps in the form of miracles, because taking the RFID CHIP is a trap. But they're going to make it seem so cool in the form of miracles. You know, if you have this in your brain, you know, you'll be able to play computer games just thinking, just with your thoughts. You know, you'll be able to move things just by thinking about it. Some people already got the C-hip in their brain, okay? And basically, by the power, by the power of their own thoughts, they can move their own car. They can unlock their doors just by thinking about it. You see? They can play all manner of you know, different games just by thinking about it. You know, they can do things on a phone just by the power of thoughts. And you see, these are just some of the miracles, you know, which these devils are going to present to the world. If you was paralyzed, you'd be able to walk again. You know, If you were a speech impediment, you'd be able to talk fluently. If you was blind, you'd be able to see again. And all these miracles are no more than traps, which are luring people into taking the MOTB, which is ultimately going to lead to what? It's going to lead to their destruction. Because if you take the MOTB, you're going to be judged. Okay? And that judgment is going to come in the form of nuclear fire. Okay? So I'm going to play this video here and continue from there.
Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, for giving us the understanding of the Holy Bible through their men, the apostles and the bishops of Grey Millstone. These are the men that are worthy of double honors. And Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, Brakatham, to the 144,000 servants as well as the remaining elect of Israel. So I just stumbled upon this article from Google showing you how Esau, Edom, the Edomites, starting with the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, they're in full swing in terms of bringing about their miracles and deceiving the masses of people into getting down with their new world order, okay, which at the forefront of their new world order will be the microchip implant, which is the mark of the beast that the Apostle John saw around 2,000 years ago now, circa 96 AD, according to Revelation 13 and 16. And this is what we're prophesying about, because we're fastly approaching the fulfillment of Revelation 13 and 16. I mean, it's here already in terms of the technology, which is the microchip implant, but in terms of it, being used on a...
And again, this is not medical advice. This is not medical advice. This is not, this is all for educational purposes. Okay. This is not medical advice. None of that. Okay. Because YouTube has a habit of, the moment you start talking about the micro C-hip, they want to, flag your video and blah, blah, blah. So, this is not medical advice. This is not medical information. This is all for educational purposes.
Worldwide scale, that's yet to be fulfilled in terms of it being made mandatory. The chip that is, in order to buy or sell or identify yourself, that too is yet to be fulfilled on a global level. However, we are fastly approaching that time. And right now, the wicked elite of Esau are using, various different brands and companies to deceive the masses of people into getting used to, this technology. And that's pretty much what.
Right, because what they want is a technocracy. And if you don't know what a technocracy is basically a society ran by technology. They want people to be ruled and controlled by technology, you see. And technology is how these so-called elites is going to control the majority of the people who take the MOTB. Okay, the charagma. Okay. You know, and basically they want money to be tied to technology. They want your medical history, your social security number, your identification number. They want the records of everything you buy and everything you sell, everything you consume. They want it all to be controlled by technology. Okay. When it comes to understanding the image of the beast, technology is tied to that. Okay? Technology is tied to that, to the image of the beast. You know, in a sense that technology is what's going to be used to control the masses of the people, which when you go into the word mass or masses, it literally means death. Because the majority of the people here on the planet is already in a dead state of mind. Okay, if you don't have the word of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai in you, you're dead. Thus, in the book of Proverbs, as it is written, he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Okay. So the majority of the people on this planet is dead. And the only ones who are actually alive spiritually are the elect. And these are the men and women and children who are not going to take the MOTB, no matter how cool it seems. Okay. You know, no matter how convenient it may seem. And that's another thing, too. Another reason why a lot of people is going to take the CHIP is because of conveniency. And conveniency is going to lead a lot of people to their death. And I'm just going to come out raw and say it. Conveniency is going to lead a lot of people to their doom. Okay? Because people have been depending on technology for way too long, man. You know? Technology has made things too easy for you people. And that's dangerous. You know? I mean, we can just go, back to the mid 1900s, the 1990s. Okay? People's memory was far more stronger than in today's time. Because you had to remember phone numbers. Okay? You had to if you was driving down the road, you had to memorize the street, the name of street signs. You had to memorize directions. You know, if you worked at a store, a department store, if you worked, at particular places, you had to, when somebody gave you money, you had to memorize how much change they was going to get back. You know, people were a lot smarter in the 1900s, in the early 1900s, the mid 1900s, even in the 1990s. People were a lot smarter. People remembered You know, people remembered a lot more things, you know. People were smarter. People had greater memory, you know. But man, just look all around you, you know. How many people can honestly say they can memorize other people's phone numbers? You know, if Esau was to shut off the grid today, you wouldn't even begin to even memorize all the phone numbers. You know, you got people now technology is so advanced. GPS can literally guide and show you how to get to particular places. All you have to do is just type in an address and it'll literally, you know, turn left, go down this particular road, stop here, make a right turn, go straight, keep going straight. And then boom, you've reached your destination. People have become too dependent on technology. So when the MOTB is presented to them, you know, it's going to be like, I mean, why not? Oh, okay. And Salakia, I know I'm kind of all over the place, you know. There is a scripture I would like to get concerning the MOTB. And, you know, we bring this out a lot. Revelation 13, verse 16, because we're in that time. Okay. And the RFID-CHIP is the mark of the you know what. Revelation 13, verse 16, right? You know what? Let's start up here. Let me see. Okay. And the image of the beast is not no picture of Cesare Borgia. Okay. You know who I'm talking about. That Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't even like saying that word. Jesus. Anyways. Revelation 13, verse 14. You know what? Let's start at 13. Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. Right? And you know, that especially happened with when they dropped those two atomic bombs, Skinny Boy and Fat Boy, okay, on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, but that fire from heaven can also be talking about intercontinental ballistic missiles, which can carry up to hundreds of nuclear warheads. But it says, verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. Okay, and deceiveth them, because they'll make it seem like, you know, there's no ill intent behind luring people into taking the charagma, but there's all manner of ill intent. Okay, you know. So look, this guy was in a wheelchair, but now he can walk. But there's ill intent behind this damn device, you know? Because if this thing is in your brain, they can control your thoughts. They can control what goes into your mind, you know? And if you rebel against the so-called elites, they can just turn off your C-hip, okay? And basically, your ass will go right back to being paralyzed again. You see, this is the kind of power they're looking for. Yeah, you'll be able to walk, but now you're at the mercy of the devil himself. Yeah, you can speak fluent English. You can control your car just by your thoughts. But guess what? You're at the mercy of the devil. Okay? So it says, and he deceiveth them. Okay? And that deception also comes by sorcery. Okay? So we also have to think about that, man. We also got to think about that. That deception comes by sorcery. People's all wowing and oohing at all the cool things that you'll be able to do and shit. And there's ill intent behind taking this thing. Because they want full control of the people, and that's what this whole technocracy is all about, man. It's about total control. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. Okay, and well, what is this beast that had the wound by the sword and did live? That's the ancient Roman Empire. Okay, and it tell you up here in verse 12, right? And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, which is the Roman Empire. Okay, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, and if you want to learn more about that first beast, just go to the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, and it gives you what is this? Why would that show up? But if you go to Daniel, the 7th chapter, it gives you the 4 beasts, okay? And the 4th beast that is mentioned in Daniel, the 7th chapter, speaks about the Roman Empire, okay? Okay, but amongst that 4th beast, right? It spoke about a little horn that grew on that beast, and that little horn is America, Babylon. Okay, Babylon the Great. Let's go to the Blue Letter Bible and go to 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Because this technology, this technocracy is all tied to what? Pseudoscience. Okay, it's tied to sorcery. Okay, then I'll go back to Revelation 13. That's alone. Okay. And when you go into Thessalonians, okay, it was about Paul, basically speaking to Israelites in Thessalonica, warning them about Esau and his sorcery. Okay. And I believe Timothy was also sent to Thessalonica. Okay. Because, Paul, there were a lot of Israelites, who basically, you know, who were against Paul. But Timothy was sent there, you know. But let's do this. Let's see. And let's get straight to the point. Do this. Okay. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, right? He deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the mean of those miracles, right? And you see, many people's going to be deceived by these miracles, you know. The fact that people can walk with the C-hip in their brain, you know. The fact that, you know, if you have the C-hip in you, you can buy and sell and, you know. And this is how he's going to deceive a lot of people. Because many people is going to think that it's okay to take this device. But the reason why they're going to end up being deceived is because there's ulterior motives, okay, behind this wicked device. Okay, so let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And you see, he's being revealed right now. Okay, he's being revealed right now. Let's go to Jeremiah 49 and 10. Okay, he's being revealed right now. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. You see, so that wicked is being revealed. And that wicked is Esau. Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build in desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them what? The border of wickedness. So that's Edom. Esau is Edom. Genesis 36 and 1. Okay, Esau is Edom. Okay, it says his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So let's go back over here, right? So 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power or that is worship, so that he, and you see, that's what the so-called elites want. They want to be worshipped. And you see, they figured that if they can get that device inside of you, that C-hip, then basically you'll be forced to worship them. You wouldn't be able to worship your God. You'll have to worship them as God. You see? So who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. And when you look up that word devil, right? Because as I said at the beginning of the video, right, they are known as the devil and the wicked, right? So when you go into that word devil, it goes back to the Greek word diabolus, which means pertaining to a man by who, by opposing the will of Yahweh. Okay, so that it says pertaining to a man. So the devil is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. The devil's talking about a particular nation of people on this planet who's basically opposing everything that Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai have set up here in the planet Earth. You know, that's why in Isaiah, the 29th chapter and the 16th verse, it says what? Surely a turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Because this devil, you know, which starting with the so-called elites, okay, you know, starting with the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all of these other so-called elite families, you know, they do everything contrary to the Heavenly Father, right? That's why they're called the devil. The word devil also goes back to the Latin word diabolus. The word devil also goes back to the Latin word diabolos, which means deceiver. You see? So it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, right? Or that is worship, so that he as God, right, sitteth in the temple of God. And how do the so-called elites plan on sitting in the temple of God? First off, who is the temple of God? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 3:16. Okay, who's the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai? Okay, 1 Corinthians 3 verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and that the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai dwelleth in you? You see, the Israelite man is the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, the Israelite man is the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, if any man defile the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, him shall Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai destroy. For the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai is holy, which temple ye are. Okay, and if you take this sea hip and put it inside of your body, you've defiled your temple. So you know what's going to happen? You're going to be destroyed. You're going to be destroyed in nuclear fire. Okay, if you take the CHIP, the RFID CHIP, the RFID C hip, right? If you take the C hip, and you put it inside your body, you defiled your temple. So you're going to be destroyed for that. You see. So when we go back to 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, right? It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God. You see, and this is what they want. Because back in the ancient world, we had a temple in Jerusalem, okay? You know, we had a temple in Jerusalem, okay? And when Antiochus Epiphanes rose up into power, you know, he had Israelites defile the ancient temple by what? Sacrificing swine in the temple, you know, having orgies in the temple. You know, it was Moism going on in the temple, you see. So he managed to get the Israelites to defile the temple. so to basically keep us separated from our power. Okay? So this time, he wants to defile the temple of the Israelite man by putting a device the size of a grain of rice inside of you. Okay? He wants to defile the temple by putting a device the size of a grain of rice inside of you. What to do what? To keep you separated from your power. Okay? To keep you separated from Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Because see, the so-called elites, they know that if they can defile the temple, the new temple, which is the Israelite man, they know that if they can defile the new temple, which is the Israelite man, then they can basically keep you separated from Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Because if you have the CHIP inside of you, right, which is the MOTB, then guess what? No matter how hard you try to pray to the Heavenly Father, no matter how much you pray to the Heavenly Father, no much you cry and beg to him, he's not going to answer your prayers. He's not going to hear you. Because you defiled your temple. And by taking the CHIP, you basically bowed to the so-called elites and accepted them as your God. Okay? And in the book of Proverbs, I believe it's the 6th chapter, it tells you that jealousy is the rage of a man. Okay? You provoke the Lord to jealousy when you take the CHIP. So at that point, if you have the CHIP inside of you, the Heavenly Father have no use for you, okay? You're basically disposable trash in his eyes. And you're going to be destroyed on the side if you're an Israelite, and you're going to come back in the kingdom of heaven through the loins of the elect. Okay, and it's just that plain and simple. Okay, so he wants to sit in the new temple of the Most High, which is the Israelite man, by basically putting a CHIP inside of him. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And he's being revealed right now. The damn devil, man. Okay. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, and he will be taken out of the way, and soon. Okay, and when and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and he's being consumed by the spirit of his mouth. Who's the spirit? Who's the spirit of the Lord's mouth? Okay. Let's go to Luke, the 1st chapter, and I'll just start at the 79th verse. Okay. No, I think it might be, the 69th verse. Excuse me. Who's the spirit of the Lord's mouth? Okay. Luke chapter 1, verse 69. And have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. Verse 70. As he spake, as who spake? Yahweh. As Yahweh spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. You see, the prophets of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Okay, is the spirit of the Lord's mouth. Okay? So when the Heavenly Father speaks, he speaks through the mouth of his prophets, his holy prophets, whom he have set up and ordained to teach this word. So it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, 2 Thessalonians 2:8, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. So this devil, he's being consumed right now. By who? The Lord's prophets. Okay. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. Okay, and these so-called elites, they do the bidding of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Let's look up this word, lying wonders. With all power. You know what? Let's look up power and signs and lying wonders. See. Okay, let me see. So we're going to go, let's look up power first. With all power, signs, and lying wonders. We're going to start with this. Let's see. Let's look up that word. I think if I click on power, it'll take me to it. No. That's not what I wanted. So bear with me for one moment. Because see, it is through the power of his deception and signs that he's going to deceive many into taking the dercharagma. Let's click on G1411. Okay. And the Greek word there is dunamis.
Strong's G 1411. Dunamis.
Okay. Nah. I hate speaking Greek. Dunamis. Show biblical usage. And what do we see right here? We see strength, power, ability. You see? Ability, right? And what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear about ability? Let's go to Micah 2:1. Okay. Micah 2:1. Okay. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. Why? Because it is in the power of their hands. Okay, they practice and do these things because they have the ability to do it. So let's come back over here, right? It says inherent power, power residing a thing by virtue of its nature or which a person or thing exerts and puts forth. Power for performing miracles. Okay, you see that? So the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai on the left-hand side has given the so-called elites the power to perform miracles. You see, these devils, and when I say devils, I'm talking about the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers. They've been given the ability, the power to create technology to fool and to lure people into a trap in the form of miracles that will lead people to their destruction. You know? And ultimately, the technology, the CHIP, is a trap to really trap people into being under the so-called elite's complete control. So they've been given the power of performing miracles. But these miracles are no more than traps which are luring people. You know, these miracles are no more than traps which are luring people into being under the complete control and obedience of the so-called elites. Okay, it says moral power and excellence of soul. Okay, the power and influence which belong to riches and wealth, power and resources arising from numbers. Okay, and do you not need resources when creating CHIPs? It says power consisting in resting upon armies, forces, hosts. Show there, Greek lexicon. Let me see. From Homer down. Let me see. And I'm not really seeing much here. So, all right, now let's look up signs. So we looked up power, right? Just dunamis. Let's go ahead and just close that out. So now let's look up signs. Okay. So his working is after the coming of Satan with signs and lying wonders. Let me see. And with power and signs and lying wonders. So this is signs right here. Okay. Semeion. It's the Greek word. If I'm saying that correctly.
Strong's G 4592. Semeion.
Okay. Let's see. Show biblical usage. And for sign, what do we see here? A sign, mark, token. Okay. And these miracles which Esau is performing through the working of Satan are signs and tokens. Okay, they're signs and tokens. Okay. And ultimately, they're a token of things to come. It says that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. Come on, man. A sign, prodigy, portent, and unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. Okay? And through Esau's technology, man, he's been able to both do and show things that has never been done in the earth before. Okay? Transcending the common course of nature. You know? Because robots did not exist back in the ancient world. You know, cars and airplanes and, you know, satellites and all that stuff did not exist back in the ancient world. Those things transcend the common course of nature. Okay? Of signs portending remarkable events soon to happen, right? And, you know, being able to walk and you know, talk from being paralyzed, right? Those are remarkable events, right? You got a C-hip in you that you got a C-hip in your brain, and you can walk, you can talk, you can control technology just just by your thoughts. You know, those are remarkable things that are happening. It says of miracles, okay, which is mentioned in Revelation, right? 13. Of miracles and wonders by which God authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is Yahweh's, you know. So of miracles and wonders, you know. Okay, so let's go back, and now let's look up lying wonders. Lying wonders. Yeah, lying wonders. When you think of lie, right, you think of the devil who sits here and tell lies. So let's see. Lying. Lying. Okay. Is pseudos or pseudos.
Strong's G 5579. Pseudos. Pseudos.
Pseudos. And what do you see right there? A lie. Oh man, cause see, this devil would tell you, you know, what we're doing this because we care about you. We want to see you walk again. You know, we're tired of people being blind, and you know, it really hurts us to see that people are speech impediment. They can't talk correctly. You know, this guy was once able to move his left arm and his right leg, and you know, he's been in a wheelchair damn near his whole life. You know, we care for the well-being of the people. Here, let us help you. Nah, that shit is a lie. Okay? Because the Bible tells you that if the Edomites doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. You know, in Psalms 55 and 20, it tells you, you know, his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. You know, because the so-called elites for decades have been waging war on the people. For what? For power and control. Okay? It says conscious and intentional falsehood. And there is conscious and intentional falsehood behind that CHIP, the charagma. Okay? In a broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be. Okay? And that CHIP is not what it seems to be. Okay? There's intentional falsehood behind it. They'll tell you you'd be able to walk and blah, blah, blah. But it's all a trap to snare you into the control of the so-called elites. Okay? Of perverse, impious, deceitful precepts. What more do I need to read? Now let's look up wonders. So we know that lying is pseudos, right? Pseudo. Okay. I believe it's teras.
Strong's G 5059. Teras. Teras.
All right. Now we know that the Latin word for earth is terra, But this is not the same. This is not the same word. This is teras, which means what? Wonders. It says a prodigy, portent, miracle performed by anyone. You see, and it's through this technology that he's going to perform miracles. You know, of course, he's going to have a couple of lab rats out there that's going to have the C-hip in their brain. You know, that, you know, when you when you see somebody with the C-hip in their brain performing all these various, you know, cool feats with the C-hip in their brain, many people's gonna be deceived into going to get it. And that's ultimately because the majority of the people on the planet, the masses of the people on the planet, have a herd mentality, a monkey see, monkey do mentality. Okay, so let me see. So even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Why? Because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Okay, for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. And a lot of our people is going to be deceived into taking this shit. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have what? Had pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay. So now, let's go back to Revelation. Chapter 13. And I'll start at 14. Okay, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which those miracles are also tied to witchcraft, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. Okay. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. Okay, and the he is talking about the so-called elites. Okay, who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all of these other so-called elite families. They're the ones that's going to cause it, the majority of the people. I know it says all, but it's not talking about everybody, because not everybody on the planet is going to take that charagma. The elect is not going to take it. It tells you that in Revelation 20 and 4. Okay. It also tells you that in Revelation 14 and 1 down to verse 3. Okay. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And if you know anything about barcodes, every barcode has a universal product code on it. And all you got to do is go to Google and type in barcode 666. Okay, every CHIP is going to have a barcode on it. Okay. Now, before I close out this lesson, let's go to the 14th chapter. because there's a punishment. And this is what the so-called elites are not telling you. This is what their spokesmen and their ambassadors are not telling you. They're not telling you that there is a punishment for taking this device the size of a grain of rice, which is the CHIP. Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh. And what is the wine of the wrath of Yahweh? That's going to come in the form of those nuclear warheads. Okay? The intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay? It's going to come in the form of those intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay? Which can carry up to hundreds of nuclear warheads. Okay? Because according to biblical prophecy, there is going to be World War III, and World War III is going to escalate into a nuclear war. And anybody on the soils of America that have that charagma, you're gonna be in that lake of fire, which is gonna come in the form of those intercontinental ballistic missiles. It says, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, the lake of fire, which is going to be America. Okay, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right? Because Yahweh, Michael, the archangel, and the innumerable amount of angels is going to be present. Okay? They're going to be present during the nuclear destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, in which, according to biblical prophecy, Babylon the Great, which is America, is going to be hit with 200 million nuclear warheads. Okay, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay, so that is the punishment for anybody who takes that charagma. So I pray and hope that you sincere brothers of the hopeful elect and few sisters of the hopeful elect have been edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.